India and Pakistan, feuding neighbours. They've fought 3 major wars since 1947, when India was partitioned. 2 of those wars were over the northern part of the Indian subcontinent, the state of Kashmir. Clashes in Kashmir this month have many worried about the start of yet another war. What started this escalation? Who started it? And how can the situation be defused? Hello, I'm Anand Naidu, and this is The Heat. The 2 nations exchanged mortar and gunfire this month, the worst violation to date of a 2003 ceasefire. At least 20 civilians were killed and dozens wounded. Both nations have blamed each other for inciting the violence. The firing has stopped for now, but tensions remain high between the 2 neighbours. For the latest, we're joined now by our reporters, Shweta Bajaj in New Delhi and Danial Khan in Islamabad. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Shweta, let me start with you. What's the latest on the situation in Kashmir?
Well, things are silent as of now, but the latest that has come is that India's Defence Minister Arun Jaitley, who's also India's Finance Minister, has said that if there would be any further ceasefire violation, Pakistan would feel the pain. In an interview that he gave just a few hours back, actually, he said that as far as India and Pakistan's relation is concerned, Indian army is way stronger, so giving a very strong message. And he also said that Pakistan would get an answer from India for what he called adventurism. So if you get a sense, really, the Indian government has been acting tough. I think that's one of the reasons as well that we are seeing this entire violence escalating. There has been a change of government. The popular belief here in India has been that the previous government was extremely soft, not just on what was happening on the Indian border, but also on terrorism. This time around, the new government came on the backing of the fact that it will be a strong government. It came on the backing of the fact that it will not let the Indian people down as far as terrorism is concerned or any other issue is concerned. And that's what we are seeing. But to just give credit to the Indian government, let's not forget that during Prime Minister Modi's swearing-in ceremony, you had Nawaz Sharif, who had traveled down to India for it. There was also talks that happened, and both of them decided to take the talks further. But at this point in time, the relationship between both of them, it has extremely soured. In fact, only about a month back, we saw the cancellation of the secretary-level talks between India and Pakistan that was done by Prime Minister Modi-led government. He also said that the reason for this was that you saw Pakistan leaders talking with separatist leaders of Kashmir. So, of course, the firing silent as of now, but the skirmishes have been going on continuously. Like you mentioned, 20 civilians have died in that firing. The Indian side is continuing to say that as far as it is concerned, it did so because one of its soldiers had actually died. But of course, Pakistan's version completely different.
Okay, Daniel, India is blaming Pakistan for this latest eruption of violence, saying that Pakistan had violated the ceasefire. And as we heard Shweta Bajaj tell us there, the Indian Defence Minister is saying there will be more, quote, pain to come. How is Pakistan responding to this?
Anand, there is a similar kind of a reaction coming out from Pakistan, and reportedly the latest death toll is now 12, while several have been injured in the latest cross-border fire from the Indian side. And according to the security forces, the violation is still continuing, and tensions are high in the Pakistan's eastern border. That includes the city of Sialkot, and reportedly India has fired mortar and is also using heavy machine guns. And General Rahil Sharif, the Chief of Army Staff, says that the army is fully capable of responding to external threats, and the army chief has also vowed to prevent any aggression against the country, warning India after deadly cross-border firing incidents in Kashmir. And hundreds have also fled their homes since the October 6th, which marked the beginning of some of the worst frontier shelling in years.
Shweta Bajaj, has the new Indian government under Narendra Modi given any indication of how they plan to diffuse the situation with Pakistan?
Well, Alan, that's the biggest problem, really. One of the latest statements that came on the Indian government on that was that it will not make the first move. Now, that's a strong statement, considering that most experts believe that as far as India and Pakistan's issue is concerned, the way forward is dialogue. And there was a peace process that was going on. We saw the peace process halt because of the 26/11 terror attack, where India believes that Pakistani militants were involved in. So we saw that being stalled. Now that had resumed, and this incident has actually cancelled the last secretary-level talk. So really, as far currently, there is completely no movement on the issue as well. None of the sides are willing to budge. Indian side extremely clearly saying that they will not make the first move. So that's where the entire issue is stalled.
Daniel, when Pakistan looks across the border at the new government in India, does it feel that the new Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, is a man that they could do business with?
Well, it is not the person, as far as the experts here in Pakistan say. They say that long-lasting issues like Kashmir issue, until that is resolved, Pakistan cannot go ahead with any kind of deal with India. And we know that the army chief has categorically said that Pakistan seeks peace in the region, but the lasting peace in this region will only come about with the fair and just resolution of the Kashmir issue. And meanwhile, the government also, the Pakistan government held a high-level meeting on national security to review the tense situation, and the government has agreed to raise this issue at all international forums. And we know that the Pakistan army at this point is fighting terrorists in its western region. So experts say that it will not be feasible for Pakistan to engage its army on both the sides of the border, but that experts say that does not mean that Pakistan will remain silent about these violations on the border side. Yes.
Daniel Khan in Islamabad, Shweta Bajaj in New Delhi. Thanks to both of you for joining us.